Good morning, Discovery, and welcome to WDMS. Today is Thursday, May 24th. I'm Lexi.
And I'm Abby.
Please join us for a moment of silence followed by the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Today's lunches: barbecue pork sandwich, turkey and cheese croissant, walking taco, baked potato with sour cream and peaches.
The birthdays for today are Lincoln Martez, Carson Koshnick, and Lene Renz.
Today's events: in the afternoon there will be cheer parent meeting.
Friday's events: in the morning there will be a Europe trip parent meeting and spring tennis.
There are 2 sign-up sheets for volleyball in the main office. One says Discovery Volleyball 2018 and one says Penn Volleyball Camps 2018.
Attention all 6th grade boys, if you are interested in trying out for basketball next year, please get an informational sheet from Mrs. Turner or Mrs. Jones and fill it out and return to Coach Souders in room 209 by this Thursday.
Anyone interested in being on the Spell Bowl team next year should stop by and see Mr. Givens in room 203 to pick up the list of this year's words and receive information about the upcoming Spell Bowl session.
Attention 8th grade students, textbook check-ins is tomorrow. Be sure to bring all your books from home.
Reminder to all 8th grade girls that are going to DC are meeting in the LGI. 8th grade boys are meeting in the 8th grade South, and 8th graders that are staying behind are meeting in the IMC after WDMS today.
Students, don't forget to check your school email each day. This is an important habit to get into.
Now to Mrs. Weaver.
Okay, I'm here to talk to 6th and 7th graders. We are getting ready and planning for next year's 3-book 1 school event, and so today's going to start several days of you narrowing down the list. So we took over 140 some books that were recommended when we surveyed you at the end of last year, and we narrowed it down, and we have 5 categories of books. So each day you're going to be voting on a different category. Today's category is fantasy, and so there's going to be several books we're going to tell you about. And then at the end of the time, you're going to log on to a Google Doc and a Google survey, and you're going to vote for the one that you think you would be most interested in reading if it made it to the final list next year. And then you're going to do the same thing with sci-fi dystopia books on another day, probably tomorrow, and then realistic and historical fictions next week, and then mystery books one day next week, and then sports fiction's the 5th category that you'll be voting on next week. So for 5 days, you're going to vote one category each day. Remember, we only take the top 3, but right now we're voting to narrow it down, and then in the fall, we'll narrow it down to the final 3. So each day, vote the one. If you had to read one of the books that we're giving you, which one sounds like it would be the most interesting to you? And then, like I said, next fall, when the new 6th graders are here, and you all are 7th and 8th graders, we will then vote on the 5 remaining books and pick the final 3. And then after we do that, you'll sign up for the one that you actually want. So today we've got a short video for you, and the video is going to go through the books that are your options for fantasy books for 3 books 1 school next year. At the end of the video, there's going to be a short link on the screen so that you can log on to vote. You may want to get your Chromebook open and ready to go so that when the short link pops up, you can immediately go in and vote. And then the voting closes at the end of today. So you have to vote as soon as the announcements are over today. So I think they're going to go to the video now, watch the video, vote for the one that you think sounds the best, and then be watching for the same kind of thing for the next few days. Thanks.
Dana belongs to the lower class, those who are forced into poverty, manual labor, and service in the military. The elite have all of the power, all of the wealth, and special gifts or magic powers. As a servant in the king's palace, she is forced to show that she too has magic powers, and she is then forced into a deception that can either save her family or get them killed. An orphan is recruited by a wealthy man to compete against other boys in impersonating the missing prince. Can he survive and win the competition? Does he want to? What secrets are in his past that may cause him to want to lose?
Maria has dreamt her whole life of being invited to the Carnival. What she doesn't realize is that the Carnival is more than just an exciting experience, it's a game with its own sinister rules. What was supposed to be the greatest experience of her life has now become a mad dash to find her kidnapped sister. Can she trust those who seem to want to help her? Can she even trust herself?
Have a great day, Discovery. Bye.